Released in 2016 and directed by Bryan Singer, X-Men. Apocalypse continues the timeline established in X-Men, First Class, and Days of Future Past. The film introduces the ancient mutant Apocalypse, who awakens after thousands of years and seeks to remake the world in his image by recruiting powerful mutants as his four Horsemen. James McAvoy returns as Charles Xavier, portraying a more seasoned but increasingly burdened leader of the X-Men. Michael Fassbender once again delivers emotional intensity as Magneto, whose personal tragedy drives much of the film's conflict. Jennifer Lawrence reprises Mystique, now positioned as a reluctant symbol of mutant heroism. Oscar Isaac plays Apocalypse, bringing physical presence and ambition to the role, though the character is heavily reliant on visual effects and makeup. Newer additions like Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, Ty Sheridan as Cyclops, and Cody Smith-McPhee as Nightcrawler help establish the next generation of X-Men. Bryan Singer leans into large-scale superhero spectacle, delivering one of the most visually ambitious entries in the franchise at the time. The tone shifts between global destruction stakes and personal mutant identity struggles, though the balance is not always consistent. Set pieces are bigger and more explosive than previous films, with Apocalypse positioned as a near-mythological threat. The story follows the rise of Apocalypse as he gathers his four Horsemen to reshape humanity, forcing the X-Men to unite and stop a global extinction-level event. Strengths include strong performances from McAvoy and Fassbender, impressive action sequences, and the introduction of younger X-Men characters that set up future films. The film also expands the mutant mythology on a global scale, increasing the stakes significantly. Weaknesses include an overstuffed narrative, underdeveloped villain motivation, and a central antagonist who, despite his power, lacks emotional depth compared to earlier franchise villains. Where the film could have improved is with Apocalypse himself, which could have benefited from a more grounded, character-driven backstory rather than relying primarily on exposition and CGI spectacle. The film also struggles to balance its large ensemble, leaving several characters underused despite strong casting. X-Men. Apocalypse received mixed reviews, with praise for its visual scale and cast performances, but criticism for its pacing and villain development. While not as strong as its immediate predecessors, it continued the franchise's ongoing expansion of the younger X-Men timeline and introduced characters who would become central to future stories. It remains a visually ambitious but uneven chapter in the saga. Film rating 7 out of 10. A visually impressive but narratively uneven superhero film that delivers strong character moments and large-scale spectacle, but is held back by an underdeveloped central villain and overcrowded storyline. Final thoughts. X-Men. Apocalypse is a story about power, rebirth, and survival, but it ultimately proves that even the strongest mutant can be undone by too many ideas competing for the spotlight. Like and subscribe, because when gods rise, heroes have to become something greater.
You want me, baby, let me know all in this. You want me, baby, show